peaceful, eco-friendly also, because that's a great aspiration in California. The only life which is struggling to be eco-friendly is brilliant. Earthworm knows, a grasshopper knows, a lizard and a snake knows how to be eco-friendly. This most evolved creature on the planet is struggling to be eco-friendly. Yes or no? So, the problem is complexity of possibilities. Possibilities are the greatest blessing we have, but unfortunately that's what we are suffering, because when something very possible and powerful is given to you, if you don't handle it right, it'll blow up in your face. That's all that's happening.
How do you know how to handle it?
That's why I'm here.
All right.
It's not that… it's not that if… let me put it this way, if… because of the number of things that I do across the world, more things are going wrong with my life right now than any of your lives, okay? Really, too many things. Just I want you to imagine running a foundation where there are over 9 to 11 million volunteers doing all kinds of things. Volunteers means nobody knows what to do, but they're enthusiastic. Running major projects like this, running massive centers in various places, over 350 centers across the world. If you want to go mad, this is the recipe for life. But you think I will die of stress or madness? No, I'll not. Maybe I'll die of exhaustion, I don't mind. But of stress, no. There are many things. Not everything in your life goes the way you think it should go. I should not be saying this, but because as I'm like this, because it came in my mind, I'm telling you, please treat this with some sanctity. Right now, probably in the next few hours, my father will pass. Okay, I've been monitoring this minute to minute, but he will pass. I spent some time just before leaving with him and I came. I sent my girl back to be with him. So, I'm sitting here talking to you, I'm fine, haven't I? But does it mean to say I don't care about him? Hello? That's not how it is. A very intimate relationship. But this is how I am. This does not mean there's no love in your heart, this does not mean that you're not involved. It is just that you're involved with everything, but you're never entangled. That's the difference.
I believe that's our process of life or death or whatever we call it, just the process of what we do, isn't it?
See, the most compulsive thing in most human beings is they want to draw a conclusion about everything. Because without drawing conclusion, they will not feel confident about anything in their life. They must draw a conclusion. Oh, she's good. Oh, she's okay. She's not okay. He's all right. That's so not good. I love this person. I hate this person. This is my friend. This is my enemy. Every kind of conclusion. Conclusion means, essentially, what is the conclusion of your life? Death, isn't it? Every time you conclude, in some way you die, you must know this. You know, I can take you back. Are there religious people? Hello? Are you religious people? Because people are fundamentally misunderstanding their memory to be intelligence. This is the fundamental problem. Our education systems are designed like this, religious processes are designed like this, largely society is designed like this. Memory is misunderstood as intelligence. If you went to school, I didn't go much, nor did you, both of us are lucky that way.
You're right, you're right.
But when I went to school, what I saw was people memorize everything, and on a specific day, which is called examination day, they'll go and puke it there. If they puke really well, they are great.
You get great score.
I puke little.
I never puked at all. I never puked at all.
You never puked?
Never, not even 1 minute.
I puke little. But those who puked everything were number one out there. So this is not just in a classroom, everywhere this is built. We are misunderstanding memory as intelligence. As I said earlier, great times are coming when your memory will mean nothing, because there is a simple phone in my machine which has more memory than all of you put together. Hello? So your memory will mean nothing.
But if you lose that phone, your memory will be in trouble too.
No, we can have it implanted in the skin.
Okay.
Yeah. So, what we thought as great value, I wanted to understand how this world has been built, these civilizations and cultures have been built. There was a time when nobody could read, all right? So one guy comes and he opens one book. He's got only one book all the time. Well, if you read 10 books, you become a scholar. If you remember 10 books, people say you are a PhD. If you know one book, you become a representative of God. How's this? Forever it's been happening, this will not work in the future. Because my phone will recite all the scriptures put together at one time. Yes, it will. Yes or no? Just because the guy knew how to read, he was acting like a representative of God. Suppose I came to California 1,000 years ago on a bicycle, when nobody had seen a bicycle, you don't know what it is. I came riding on these 2 thin wheels. Wow! I came and parked here and said, I've just come from heaven on this special God-given vehicle. You would all bow down. So after I finish my whatever bull with you, when I want to go and rest, I take away the front wheel and sleep on it, because if any of you learn how to ride, then my heavenly status will go. But a local brat who's good for nothing took this bicycle with single wheel and started riding it all over the place. Now I'm in trouble. This is happening. The Google lady will recite every scripture that you want. We don't know who the hell she is. But she can tell you anything you want, she will tell you the meaning also, interpretations also, yes or no? So, just in many ways, because human beings by themselves did not do it, because people did not do it consciously, I think in many ways the technological developments are going to end. A whole level of nonsensical things that have been happening just because somebody remembers something, somebody can recite something, they were elevated, all this will go. Very good times. But in the meantime, when one level of what we believed collapses, and before you attain to clarity, there is a danger. One thing that's happening is, in the world, heavens are collapsing. 100 years ago, how many people believed they are going to heaven? And today, how many people believe they're going to heaven has come down dramatically, isn't it so? So, is it okay?
Good, yeah. Real good.
This happened in Alabama. Well, a Sunday school teacher was going full fire. This is Alabama. Full fire. Unfortunately, the audience were not like you, they were all tiny tots. Catch them young policy. In his rhetoric, he stopped and asked, "What do you have to do to go to heaven?" Little Mary in the front row, she's always in the front row, said, "If I scrub the church floor every Sunday morning, I will go to heaven." Absolutely. Another little girl stood up and said, "If I share 50% of my pocket money with my less privileged friend, I will go to heaven." Correct. Another little boy stood up and said, "If I help those who are in need, I will go to heaven." Correct. Little Tommy in the back bench stood up and said, "You gotta die first." That's a qualification.
Yeah.
You got to die first. So when we die, depending upon your culture, we will either bury you or burn you or cut you and throw you to the birds. Different cultures, depending upon which culture you are, that they will do. Or in other words, this body is a piece of planet that we gathered slowly. It's good you put it back. I heard that Americans these days are not putting it back anymore. They're building a concrete grave and an aluminum casket. Even when you're dead, you don't want to be eco-friendly. What is this? At least when we die, we should put this goddamn body back into the soil.
Absolutely.
That's where it came, that's where it should go. But even that they're not doing. Huh?
And let the bugs eat it.
Some people are planning to take it to Mars. Anyway, you left your body here and went to heaven. What is in heaven? You know what's in heaven? You don't know? You should know these things. In the Hindu heaven, food is very good. Good food. Indians, Lives are invested in cooking and eating. In the other place, there are white gown ladies floating around in the clouds. If you like that kind of ambience, you can go there. In another place, you will encounter virgin problems. If that's what you're looking for, that's fine too. Only problem is, you went to heaven without a body. What do you do with good food and virgins, I'm asking? Hello? These are all problems you have when you have a body. Once you don't have a body, what do? Food, if you put it here, it'll fall down. Hello? No, if you ask these questions, heavens will collapse. Heavens are collapsing. I think nearly 70% of the heavens in human mind has collapsed in the last 50 years. What do you think? Huh? And anyway, let me ask you this. Do you have any proof that you're not already in heaven and making a mess out of it? Do you have any proof? You're already in heaven, but making a mess out of it. Tell me, if you just change the geography of your existence, will everything about you change, I'm asking you? Hello? If you move from one place to another, you think everything will change? No. If this one person changes, everything changes. Doesn't matter where we are. If we raise human consciousness, that is, if we teach people how to sit here and be just blissed out, Hello? Look at my eyes, I'm always stoned. I'm not on any of your products, but
No, you're not.
I'm definitely not. But look at me, I'm always stoned. Because the greatest chemical factory on the planet is here. To what extent means, per second, your body is processing something like 37 followed by 21 zeros, whatever that number is. To give you a perspective, 11 zeros make a trillion. 37 followed by 21 zeros. That many chemical reactions are happening in this body per second. If you knew how to manage this, you can create any kind of experience you want in this. When you have this kind of a sophisticated machine, you are doing things in a caveman-like way. This is like we gave you a touch screen phone, but you're like this.
Awesome.
What will come out of that? You're supposed to do like this, but you're like this. You know what will come out of it? That's all that's happening right now. So there is a way. Today I can proudly say, across the world, there are millions of people, if they close their eyes in the morning, tears of ecstasy and love every day in their life, every day. Millions of people. So it is not an accident that one person, obviously it can be done. Just a little understanding of how human chemistry functions. You don't have to go into chemical analysis of who you are. There are simple processes with which one can do if one is willing to invest a little bit of time in a day. Life will become wonderful. Because by curtailing human faculty, you cannot believe you're enhancing life. Right now, most human beings believe they enhance their life by curtailing human faculties. Like, I was in Mysore city. I had to meet somebody, so I went into a building. A lady, over 70, 75 years of age, and she's a very petite, small woman. She just comes up to me with a big smile on her face. "How are you doing?" I don't forget faces, I may forget names, but I don't forget faces that I see. I just look at her, I don't know her, but okay, I respond, "I'm doing wonderful, how are you doing?" Da-da-da, then I go up. After 20 minutes, I get off the elevator and I'm just coming. She again comes up to me and with the same full enthusiasm, "How are you doing?" So, wow, this is just 20 minutes ago. Then I respond somehow and then I'm getting into the car. Somebody who was walking with me says, "Poor lady, she's lost her memory, she doesn't remember a thing." I said, "She seems to be doing wonderful." I don't think she was this happy with her memory on. Right now she's exuberant because she's forgotten everything. This is the case with most human beings. Little drink and they forget something. Now they're exuberant. Lowering your faculties and thinking that I'm well is a serious mistake. This happened. One day Shankaran Pillai, he was just outside in the marketplace and he met an old friend, a college friend, that he had not seen for more than 25, 30 years. So they really jammed up and he invited him home and he came home for dinner. When they were sitting for dinner, Shankaran Pillai, every time he wants to ask something of his wife, he says, "My sweetie pie, my honey, my boo-boo-boo, my bulbul, my choo-choo-choo," like this. After the dinner is over and the chat is over, the friend is leaving, the Shankaran Pillai came to the door to see him off. He said, "You're really having an amazing life. Me and my wife can't even talk to each other properly. Every time you refer to her, all this sweetie, honey, choo-choo-choo, boo-boo-boo, all this stuff, you're really having an amazing life, aren't you? Shankaran Pillai said, are you crazy, man? 7 years ago I forgot her name.
Oh no.
So many people are well only when they lose their faculties because their problem is of evolution. Their problem is just that they got upgraded and they don't know how to handle it.
So tell us, how many children do you have?
Hmm?
How many children do you have? I know you spoke of a daughter.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we want to know about you. How many children do you have? All right, I won't ask them.
No, you can ask. I have millions of them, only one is my mistake.
Oh no, man. I like that one. I like that one.
I have many, but only one is my mistake.
Okay. Hey, this is really an awesome meeting. I can't believe you're here. I'm just still in a daze. I'm just really happy to have you here with me and my friend Eben. This is really almost like a dream come true. We saw you and we were just in the stage of just reasoning with enlightenment, and we saw your story, how you became, one day you came and you fainted and you thought you were there for an hour and you were there for like 14 hours. That's one story. Didn't that happen to you? Yeah, so I thought that was amazing, and so I stayed. I'm a great fan, and I stayed following you. And then I was talking to Eben, and I would say, Eben, you think we could ever get him down here? You think he'd come down here and talk to us? We never believed you would do it, and now you're here. That's just, man, so mind-boggling. Thank you, really.
So now that you asked this question, how to do the user's manual, about on 27th of October was the Diwali festival. It's a festival of lights in India. Because these millions of people have been supporting me, particularly for the river movements that I've been doing in India. 162 million people supported the movement. It's the largest movement anywhere in the world at any time. So, with money, with volunteering, in many ways they've been supporting us. So I thought on the festival day, let me offer them a gift. And I said, on the Diwali day, if you register in engineering online, which normally costs $150 per person, I said it's free on this day for you. Whoa! 740,000 people registered. It's cost me a few $1 million now.
Now, how do you feel about that? How does that make you feel?
It's fantastic that so many people were waiting to do it. So now I'm still in the same mode. So for all of you who are here today, we'll offer in engineering online free if you register before midnight today. That's the user's manual. I want you to understand, life is a certain exuberance of energy and a certain amount of time. This is all we have, a certain amount of time and a certain amount of energy. Do you have anything more? Rest is all imagined, isn't it? So this time is simply rolling away for everybody. We may think of many things, but actually time is just rolling away as you sit here. Since you came and sat here, you are 2 hours closer to your grave, yes or no? Hello?
Yes.
All of us. So you can't hold it back, you can't roll it back, time is just going. So the only thing you can manage is your energies. If you keep it phenomenally exuberant, you will know life with a certain intensity. If you keep it low, you will know life in a minimal way. So now this choice is yours. Now let's say time is passing, as the day passes into night, you'll feel a little sleepy. Why? Your energies are like… Now you fell asleep. As far as your experience is concerned, you're as good as dead, isn't it? You don't exist, the world doesn't exist for those few hours. But you woke up in the morning, once again the energy has renewed itself, and this is what you call as life. This renewal of energy and exuberance of energy is what you're referring to as life. So, if you want to experience life, if you want to know life, if you want to really ride this wave of life, your energy should be at the highest exuberance level or should it be put down? I'm asking you. Hi.
Hi.
So, you mean a different thing by saying hi.
Probably the only one that doesn't smoke marijuana or do any of them.
No, I'm not asking you any of those things. So, this…
You're a neat trick.
It is just that most people need all the time looking for rest, vacation, break from everything, simply because they don't know how to manage their thought and emotion. I see in the United States people are saying, thank God it's Friday, because they suffer 5 days and they're going to enjoy 2 days. Life is not going to work like this. Life cannot work like this. If you do not know how to be joyful, then you're only looking for pleasure. If you were joyful, pleasure wouldn't matter because you're just joyful. Joy is not a consequence of some activity or something that you get or don't get. Joy is an ambience that is necessary to live life. If you do not know how to be peaceful and joyful, well, you cannot even enjoy your dinner tonight, isn't it? Hello? Can't enjoy a walk on the street. Can't enjoy the few people who are around you. You cannot enjoy anything, you need all kinds of stimulus to find a little bit of pleasantness within yourself. When I say pleasantness, let's understand this. If this body becomes pleasant, we call this health. You want this or no?
Yes.
You must choose, I'm going to bless you.
Yes.
You want this body to be pleasant or no?
Yes, yes.
If it becomes very pleasant, we call it pleasure. If this mind becomes pleasant, we call it peace. If it becomes very pleasant, we call it joy. If these emotions become pleasant, we call this love. If it becomes very pleasant, we call it compassion. If these life energies become pleasant, we call this bliss. If it becomes very pleasant, we call this ecstasy. If our surroundings become pleasant, we call this success. Only to create pleasantness in our surroundings, we need the cooperation of various people and forces around us. But pleasantness of body, pleasantness of mind, pleasantness of emotion and energy is 100% your business. Yes or no?
I agree.
So, if you want to make this your business, before midnight you must register for In Engineering Online. It's free, otherwise tomorrow morning you can pay and register.
Oh, man.
That's awesome. Well, this has been such a treat, and before we wrap this thing up, we have time for a few questions.
All right.
Not you, them.
No, I'm just checking if you
Hi, thank you so much. Sadhguru talked about the Annamaya Kosha, which is the body kosha. There are 5 koshas in the applied yogic sciences, which work the entire system of the body, from the mind to the heart to the breath to the energy.
I need all that.
And the heart. There are thousands of years of manuals, from classical yoga, which is just meditation, to Hatha yoga, to the Tantrika, that provide ways of being that Sadhguru has expressed the top of tonight. So it's not an abstraction at all. It's just like what you guys do on Hotboxing, which is break down how you get to the soul of yourself by moving through your ego, by practicing goodness towards others. So.
Oh,